We have a special edition this week of Shorts and Shells, which is senior editor Eric Edholm's column on our website. This week, Eric was at Soldier Field for Bears Vikings. And Eric, the Bears needed a victory after Monday night's embarrassing loss to the 49ers, and they got it, beating Minnesota 28-10, but they had some major losses on the offensive line and on offense because of injuries.
Oh, pretty impressive what they did, consider they revamped the offensive line, made a lot of switches up front, and then suffered two major injuries during the game. Lance Lewis got hit during an interception by Jared Allen, a play that was a lot of Bears were upset about, and then Chris Spencer, the new left guard, he goes out of the game with a knee injury, and so they have to revamp. Gabe Creaney, who went to the bench, comes back in the game at right guard, does a pretty good job. First play they ran, he pulls out and does a nice job on the run. So it was a game where they had to adjust. They used a lot of max protection schemes, really helped Jay Cutler out, and the Vikings couldn't get after him. They got in a lot of third and short situations, but couldn't convert on those and couldn't stop the Bears. But like you said, a lot of losses for the Bears. Lewis and Spencer both out. Charles Tillman, Matt Forte, both left with ankle injuries. Devin Hester, concussion. So 5 possible starters right there. We could be worried about their health going forward.
And it was injuries that derailed the Bears last year when you look at Jay Cutler and Matt Forte. And they lose Cutler to the concussion, and that was a big part of the loss of the 49ers. So obviously these injuries are something to keep an eye on going forward through the rest of the week. On the other side of the football, the Minnesota Vikings, this could have been a really big win for them. If they had gone to Chicago, they're going to have to make a really great run at the end of the season if they want a chance at the playoffs. It's still been a nice year for the Vikings. They've exceeded a lot of our expectations, but in this game, as you mentioned, those third downs really killed them.
I think that the shortcomings they have as a team, not being able to crank up the pass rush on every situation, not being able to stop the run on first, second down. And so you get in those third and short situations. Bears have the whole playbook to work with. And then on offense, Christian Ponder, he didn't have Percy Harvin today. Adrian Peterson ran well, but had 2 fumbles. They just didn't have another weapon they could go to. Tried forcing the ball into the tight end at times. Jarius Wright is inconsistent as a rookie. He's only made some plays, hasn't been active for a lot of games. So just the limitations of this offense, I think they were all pretty much clear when they fell down 25-3.
And after this loss, Eric, the Vikings find themselves with a big group of NFC teams fighting for that second wild card spot, talking Tampa Bay, Seattle, New Orleans, Washington, Dallas. A lot of teams all fighting for that, and the Vikings really have a tough schedule the rest of the way. They really could have used this win in Soldier Field. But I'll ask you one more question about this Minnesota team, which you cover. Adrian Peterson obviously has had a great year. Christian Ponder's been very up and down. The defense has played better, but if they struggle, maybe finish a 6-10 or 7-9, how do you evaluate this season for them? Because as we mentioned, a lot of people picked them to finish last, and they still could. Playoffs are going to be tough for them, but was it still a successful year for Minnesota?
I think so. Not in their own eyes, of course. They would have told you they're a first-place team, but I think from all expectations on the outside in this division, Packers, Bears, Lions, 3 strong teams coming into this season, you'd have to say it was somewhat of a success. Now they've got to decide, is Ponder their guy going forward? And another questionable game, right around 50% passing, and the yards per attempt were way down there. Peterson's sort of carrying the load right now, and Harvey can't bail him out every time. So they got to decide, is it just about getting more receiver help, or do we need a new quarterback?
And we certainly can't write off the Vikings. This is a team that upset the 49ers.
Right.
So we know that they are capable, but it's going to be tough for them the rest of the way. To see more of Eric's Shorts and Shells comment, what he thought of the Bears-Vikings game at Soldier Field, and other observations from Week 12, be sure to read it at ProFootballWeekly.com.